Gather up your projects, settle in your favorite spot. It's time to stitch with Sarah at her stitchy Camelot. Let's celebrate each other, this community we've got. It's time to get down to Sarah's stitchy spot.
Hello everyone, my name is Sarah. Welcome to my FlossTube channel, where we will discuss and celebrate all things cross-stitch. Grab your favorite beverage, get comfortable, and join me
at Sarah's stitchy spot.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and this is FlossTube number 45. It is Wednesday, March the 20th, 2024. I would like to take this moment to welcome each and every one of you to my FlossTube channel. As I do at the beginning of every FlossTube, I always like to take a minute to send hugs and kisses to my husband Stan for writing and performing the intro song that you just heard. If you are new to my FlossTube channel, welcome. I hope you will like what you see and subscribe, share, like, ring the bell, and do all the things that we do on FlossTube. For my returning viewers and subscribers, you are the sunshine that makes my day even brighter. And my goodness, are we having some incredible weather here in Northern California. It's been in the 70s, blue skies, sun shining, and I'm thrilled that all of you are here with me to make it even brighter. I have a lot to share with you today. I have a little PSA that I would like to do, share some life updates, and then we'll get right into the cross-stitching. So the PSA today, again, I guess I'm putting the doctor hat back on, but I think it's too important not to. March is Colon Cancer Awareness Month, and I just want to make each of you aware that colon cancer is the second leading cause of death in the United States, following only lung cancer. We do have ways of catching it early. Your doctors will discuss that with you. You know about the dreaded colonoscopy, and there is now a DNA test, most commonly known as Cologuard, that can also be done in the privacy of your home, and where you collect a stool and send it to a lab. And I've always said, I mean, what is not cool about pooping in a box and FedExing it? I mean, how many of us can say we've done that? So anyway, symptoms that can happen associated with colon cancer can be a change in your bowel habits, whether you have any persistence of a diarrhea or a constipation, or a change in the caliber of your stool. Obviously, rectal bleeding. There can be abdominal pain, unexplained weight loss or anemia. I think that's, let me just check and make sure. Oh, if a change in stool color to a dark brown or black. Just be aware. And of course, with any of these, you want to make sure that you let your physician know. But again, as when I talk to you about these things, all we can do is put our energy in the things that we can control. So we do have good preventive procedures for colon cancer and catching it early. The age has dropped for routine colonoscopies from 50 to 45 because there has been a rise in colon cancer cases in those under 50. It also does strike men more than women, but we can all get it, and we want to all be diligent and do the things that we need to do. I did lose my brother to colon cancer about 7 or 8 years ago, and so it hits home, and I it's important. So just remember, take care of yourselves. Because I love you all, and I want you to keep coming back, and I want you to enjoy your lives to the fullest. Life updates, the most exciting thing that's happened is that I got my sort of dream little weekend with my entire, well, not every single person, but with my 3 daughters, their partners, and 2 of my grandchildren, Mira and Vince. And it was absolutely magical. We went to Bodega Bay. We had an Airbnb that you could see the ocean from the multitude of windows. Multitude of windows also makes great light for cross stitching. I didn't do that much, but I did get a little bit done. And it was just, it was glorious for me. I loved to just be able to look up and see my children or my grandchildren, just to be able to sit around and talk. And we ate and walked and went to the beach. And Eva was primarily responsible for organizing it. And Eva, I thank you so much for it. It has created memories that I will never forget. I also realized that I saw nature's opalescent, the opalescent fabric that a lot of people stitch on. We were walking to the beach one day as it was getting close to later afternoon. And you know that when the sun just catches the top of the water and it just sparkles. And I said, that looks like a piece of, I'm just a sick person, aren't I? Anyway, it looks like a piece of opalescent Ada. But it was perfect. Of course, as I've been talking, I will have been running some pictures across for you. So yay. I think we're going to do it again next year. And so it was just wonderful. And thank you for letting me share that with all of you. So let's do our first and our shares, and then we'll do the shout outs, and then we'll get into the things that I have to show you today. I only had one first, and that was from Christy. And Christy did Eleanor Rigby. She completed it. I wasn't able to get a picture of it, but it was her first linen finish. And I think we all remember what it looked like the first time that we looked down and saw that we had finished a piece on linen. So yay, congratulations, Christy, on completing that. My shares today, I have several, and they are beautiful. Let me just get this open. Okay, and we'll get started, and I'll run those across as I go. The first 2 are from Deborah, the Shingle Springs Stitcher on Instagram, and she completed Antonia Roselle E. Garcia by Jan Hicks Creates. As you know, I am also working on that, but this is mind-blowing. She started it on January 26th of this year, put in 2 threads a day, and it is complete. So it's just another testament to what 2 threads a day can accomplish. Her second, she stitched that on a 40 count old stationery by Seraphim. Her second piece is the Delft Sampler, and that is by, it's the Italian Curio Battacore. I know I'm massacring that. And she stitched it on 36 count antique white, and it was her first use of MPI silks. So these are gorgeous pieces. Thank you, Deborah, for sharing them with me and with us. And congratulations on 2 beautiful finishes. The next one is Susan, and Susan sent me 3 pieces. I don't think they're all finished. They were in, they're her works in progress. So the first one is Cinnamon Stars, and that is a Plum Street Samplers, I believe. If it isn't, I'll write down below what it is. And then there is a Santa piece that I will be showing, and she thinks that is from Sue Hillis. And then the third and final piece was Nantucket Rose, and that is her work so far on that. So thank you, Susan. These are just lovely and inspiring. So thank you for sharing those with us. Next, we have Angie. Angie is also on Instagram, and I will run her Instagram address down below because I just don't have it memorized. But the first one is her Pandemic, which she stitched 1/1 on 28 count Lugana using 2 colors of silks for you. And it is just gorgeous. And then the second piece is this circular piece that says Create Beauty. It is 56 count. She stitched it 1 over 1. It took her 2 days to stitch this 1-inch square. But look at the finished product. Angie has been so inspiring to me for working 1 over 1 on 25 count Lugana. Certainly not these things like 56 count, but she is in our stitching group for the Love of Stitches, where we meet in Sacramento once a month. And Angie, you inspire us all, but I particularly want to thank you again and again for pushing me a little bit on the 25 count. As you guys know, I'm doing strawberry fields on a piece of 25 count 1 over 1 that I'll be showing, I think this week. So let's keep going. And then Nancy stitched that darling piece by Heartstring Samplery, is Who Let the Frogs Out? And she did it on an 18 count Ada. It is a piece of Arboreal by Cedar River Linens and Designs, which is Jody, Trixie Tricycle of FlossTube. And this is her beautiful finish of that. And that is inspiring and of course, gorgeous fabric, Jody. And then the last piece is from Lorraine, and she sent in her finish of Real Comfort. And because as you guys know, or may know, it is my 2 threads a day piece that I will be showing later. And she did it on a 36 count piece of Tombstone by Atomic Ranch, and she is stitching that 2 over 2 with a General Arts cucumber. So those are the first and shares today, and just thank you all, and I hope you will continue to send your first and your shares. People enjoy seeing what you're stitching, and I love sharing it with everyone. So I did have a couple of shout outs that I wanted to mention today. And the first one is Melissa. She is the 4th grade teacher. She lives in Kentucky. I just, all of my family is from Kentucky, and I spent many years visiting in Kentucky where my grandmother was. I just love to hear her talk. It sounds like that lovely accent that all of my family had. And she has beautiful stitching, and I encourage you to all go over and say hello to Melissa. I did get to watch Trelly, the Spanish stitcher. I know a lot of you have heard about her. Many FlossTubes have been bringing her up. She is also a designer, and I encourage you to go over and look at her FlossTube and learn about these gorgeous pieces that she has been stitching and charting, because they are lovely. And the third is, I just watched this morning for the first time, our Hathaway Stitchers, and that is 2 sisters, Erin and Amity, and they're quite delightful together. They have gorgeous pieces. The first FlossTube was a whip parade, and Amity is doing a color conversion of Pandemic that well, you just have to go and look at it yourselves. It is absolutely gorgeous. And Erin is a project bag maker extraordinaire. She has made a lot of their floss bags, project bags, and they are just absolutely gorgeous. So those were 3 new FlossTubes that I wanted to make sure that we gave a wonderful FlossTube welcome and let them know how warm and caring and encouraging our community can be. So I think that is that. You know what I brought out just to show you guys for kicks? This are all my orts since March of 2020, the pandemic. I just keep cramming them down. But isn't that incredible? That's a lot of stitching. So I just thought I would share that with all of you, and I'll just keep stuffing it until I can't stuff it anymore. So I have a fully finish, I have 2 finishes, I have 2 new starts, and then my lovely laundry basket of whips. And I will show you my planner decked out with butterflies. So let's get started. My fully finish is Easter Parade by Blackbird Designs. And this has been finished, I think, maybe for a couple of years, but I did get it finished in time for Easter this year. I put some pink gingham on the back. I am still debating whether I want to put Chanel around it. I probably will. I can't tell. It's very busy. It's got a lot going on. I did use a combination of polyfill and crushed walnut shells. And I think that the fabric was, I XG Designs 36 count in the color Primrose. It's kind of a nice subtle yellow. It's quite lovely. And I thought all the colors look so gorgeous on it. So that is my fully finished piece. My finishes, I got for March, this would be my 3rd ornament, but I've got to fully finish it before the month is. But I did finish this Prairie Schooler Santa. And this is 1987, the 1987. I stitched it on 36 count Murky with the called for DMC. There's a couple of boo-boos in there, but I left them. But I think he's very cute. 1987 was the year Eva was born. So that is the Prairie Schooler Santa, 1987. And then my next finish was A Pledge of Affection by Blackbird Designs. And this is the finished piece. And I'm looking forward to getting this made into a pillow. I stitched it on a 36 count color and cotton and heirloom lace. And I did the called for overdyed floss. Oh, and I put the year 2000 and an S because Stan and I got married in 2000, and I put the S for Stan because he gets my pledge of affection. Okay, so those are my fully finished and my 2 new starts. So next we will go over, my fully finished and my finishes. And now I'm going to show you my 2 new starts. And the first one is out of this book, A Heart Remembers by Blackbird Designs. And I am doing a Wildflower Guide, which is right here. I have already done A Heart Remembers out of this book, and this is one of the books that I had purchased all the overdyed floss for all the pieces. And so it was easy to pick it up and get it started. So I am stitching this on a 36 count pale khaki, and I'm using, as I said, the called for overdyed floss. This does have maybe a couple of other flosses in there, but this is basically the colors. So isn't that beautiful? And this is what I got start. So this is my start. Of course, there's a dangling thread. I'm missing, I think it's lily pad. So I ordered it, and that's why I kind of started all over the place. But I did get the top border in. But I do like to I like to start off stitching close to the border where I don't have to count quite so much. So that is Wildflower Guide by Blackbird Designs. And I don't think it's going to be very big, so that is, that might be another pillow, actually. My second new start was for the hashtag Jacob Sleeper Sal that Carmen of Carmen Pins on FlossTube has started. She started hers, I think, on March 10th. And I, as I showed you last time, am stitching Think Twice by Modern Folk Embroidery. And last time I showed you the fabric, and I had decided to do it in the Hollyberry Gloriana, and I changed my mind. I saw a piece that I think it's an Act of God by Long Dog Sampler that Barb Brat Stitch started. I hope I'm saying that right. I think it is. And I saw it on Instagram, and she had started with a variegated floss silk, and I just loved the way it looked. So I have chosen DMC 4522, and it's sort of, to me, like jewel tones, but there's purples and magentas and browns and dark greens. So, and I'm stitching it on a 36 count R&R sheep straw, and this is what I have done so far. But I love the variegation in the threads. So this is Think Twice by Modern Folk Embroidery. And it's for the hashtag Jacob Sleeper Sal. So those are my two new starts. And I'm going to pause and be right back so I can get the, I think I forgot one of my whips. Can you imagine that? And I'll be right back. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Before I jump into all those whips, are you guys just all reveling? Those of you that made purchases at Nashville Market, and I'm sure a lot of you are receiving them, and I'm sure starting them. And I just can't wait to start seeing that on Instagram and other FlossTubes. But this is such an exciting time of the year when those new charts start coming in our mailboxes. And so if you did, let me know what piece you got if you've started on one, and what piece is just as soon as you opened it in the mail that you grabbed the floss and the fabric and went to work. I would very much love to know what you've started, and I would also love when you finish them if you want to send email a picture of them, and then I can share with everyone. So let's do whips, okay? Those are works in progress. I usually have a few. I don't think I have quite as many this time as normal. The 3 days that we were gone for the magical trip to Bodega, I did get some stitching done, but not quite as much as I usually do. So, okay, let's go. I'm gonna make a little bit of noise, pulling that chair over. My first piece is Strawberry Fields Forever. This is for a Sal that Peg Page and I are hosting on, that is hashtag BBD, Magical Mystery Tour Sal. There's also another Sal going on hosted by Stephanie of Cross Stitch the Globe and Julie of Julie and Stitches. And their hashtag is Fab4FanSal. So I am stitching this on 25 count, overdyed by Those Missing Stitches. It's a 25 count Lugana called Rugged Rochester, and I love it. And I'm using the called for overdyed, and guys, I want to work on it all the time. I just love these lovely little stitches, and you can tell that I've kind of worked on it all the time because there's so many dangling threads. But look at this. It is so cute. There's not quite the contrast that I would like right there, but it's not getting pulled out. So not on this count, but I am really enjoying this. I don't want to go overboard and just start doing everything on 25 count, but there are certainly more pieces that will be done. But that is Strawberry Fields Forever by Blackbird Designs. I catch myself after my afternoon stitching time. I might quit just maybe an hour early, or and I'll pull this out and stitch on it. So that one, and Eleanor Rigby as well, because it's on 40 count. And I've got that here to show you. So, okay. The next piece is, shame on me, I found this. It was a work in progress that I had started probably when I purchased it, which was September of 2021. And that is, oh, you know what? I'm going to have to put a picture of it up here. It is called Some Good. And it was a piece designed by Darling and Whimsy Designs. And at the time, 100% of the proceeds were going to the Coalition to Stop Violence Against Native Women and Children. And I purchased this, and I must have started it and just managed to stick it somewhere. And I came across it the other day, and I thought, this will be perfect to finish and make into a project bag. And so this is what it looks like. So it says, there is some good in this world, and it's worth fighting for. And really, all that's missing is just this part of the tree that will be the same over here, and it's worth fighting for. But that, I just thought that would be just perfect for a project bag. And it is on a 32 count piece of colored cotton in cottage stone. And I was using two Victorian motto colors that I had back in the day. So I'm anxious. I'm very close to the finish on that, and then I can share a project bag with you guys that I'll make. So that is called Some Good, and it was designed by Darling and Whimsy Designs, and it is living in a project bag made by Tammy, a Creative Country Girl. Did I actually say it right? Oh, I did. Creative Country Girl. She sent me this when she sent the finish of Ira Ray, who's sitting right back there, that she also did. Okay, the next piece is Dear, Dear Mary. And I'm working on her just like I always do. But I am really having some, like, I can't imagine not having Mary in my life kind of stuff going on here. So this is the chart. It is Mary 395 by Hands Across the Sea. I took it with me to Bodega Bay, but this was just too big to even sneak out when the baby was asleep. So I didn't. I was going to give it a little extra for you guys. I am stitching it on a 36 count ivory, antique ivory Edinburgh. And is stitched primarily with Gloriana poinsettia. And I'm just going to fold it to the area where I worked because it is so large. So let's see. I think last time I had, okay, so, wow, that is let's go like this. This harp, I got in this, I finished all this. I don't know if I had finished completely the crown when I hold it all the way up, this larger crown. This was really fiddly stitching, but it's all done now. And like, let's see, so the whole harp in that, I think that's what got done that day. And so, you know, it's just kind of this and this right here. That's it. There might be something here, but I don't think there is. So let's attempt to look at it all. I'll try to get back a little bit. Show you the front. Right side up. Okay, so we'll start here and come up. Oh, it's just a little bit, just a little bit. The hours of sheer joy of working on this. I seem to have, I don't want to jinx myself, but I have rarely had to do much frogging. And so it's just really a lot of happy memories. And I'm keeping that in this project bag I made with my blessing sampler, which is Ellen Johnson, 1883 by Needlework Press. So that's Mary. I am getting close enough on it that, you know, one of these days very soon, I think I'm just going to stitch on it until it's done. But there's just so many things to stitch. Okay, so next I have my focus piece, which is Beautiful Things by Lindy Stitches, which says, "Oh, my darling, it's true, beautiful things have dents and scratches too. This will be a gift for my oldest daughter. I give it 7 days a month until it's finished." And I am stitching this on a 36 count earthen by Picture This Plus, and I'm using the called for DMC and overdyed floss. So I have taken the words all the way across. All I have are the words and to finish this little bit of the fence. So it is coming right along. I love the fabric. I love the border. I just love everything about it. Thank you, Stephanie, for this gorgeous chart. So that's Beautiful Things by Lindy Stitches, which is my 7-day focus piece. This is an idea that I got from Karen. Karen is the recovering monogamous stitcher. If you're not watching her, you should be. Karen has had some exquisite finishes lately, and she actually picks her oldest whip and gives it 7 days until it's finished. I sort of choose either something that's close or you know, just whatever I want to. But anyway, thank you, Karen, because it has really helped me get some finishes since I first saw that with your FlossTube. The next piece is also something that I think I am getting close to a finish on, and that is M&A 1853 by Needlework Press. I am stitching this on a 36 count Heartland by Picture This Plus with the called for overdyed floss. So now I have both of the big red flowers done. I got the second large leaf here. I started working on taking, I want to get the bones of the border all the way around. And then I just have this symmetrical pink flower right here, and she will be done. The colors are just, they're very happy colors. So that's M&A 1853 by Needlework Press. And I'll have a good piece of heartland to do something else on. Okay. Next we have, we did have a 13th since I've seen you last, and I pulled out Away We Ride by Blackbird Designs. This is, again, just a joy to stitch. And I am stitching it on a 36 count Endora by Needlework and Flax, using Vicki Clayton silks. And this is my progress. It is all cut off, and so I I worked over here, so I got this pot done. I think that's, and I stick stuff on the border as I go. So that is Away We Ride by Blackbird Design. All righty. Next we have this. This is actually the first piece of 25 count 1/1 that I started, just to see how it felt. And this is Summer Sampler by Twin Peak Primitives. It is out of the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. I do have the hashtag Stitch Smalls from Punch. No, let's try that again. Stitch Smalls from PNPS, and it was actually a idea that I got from Miss Betsy Klager, who I'm going to get to meet in person at Stitch North in not too long. It is where she was trying to get a bunch of smalls done so that you would have them ready to send a friend as a gift exchange, smalls exchange, etc. So I am stitching this on evidently an unknown piece of 20, I think this is 25 count Lugana in mushroom. So this is what I've completed so far. And I am doing it with a Vicki Clayton silk that is comparable to DMC 3750. So look at those little sweet stitches. So that's Summer Sampler by Twin Peak Primitives. Okay. The next one is, what have we got here? Oh, well, it's Chester's Place by the Whistle Stop Stitcher Designs. I was sent several months ago someone's version of this where they had the animal's name down here, and that is the way I plan to do it when I get to that place. I am stitching this on a 36 count Wren by Picture This Plus with the called for overdyed, and I think I concentrated some on the house, and obviously if you follow the dangling threads, I got this done, and this little fiddly bob. I worked on the windows. I'm trying to get the house to where it's just a fill in. So I just like to get some stitches in, and I think of Chester. I have that beautiful frame piece that Claire sent me. I showed you guys that as Happy Mail. He sits at my stitchy spot so I can see him. So that's Chester's Place by Whistle Stop Stitcher Designs. Also will free up a huge piece of Wren when I cut that down. Okay, and next we've got my 2 threads a day, and it is Real Comfort, which you guys saw the finished piece earlier. This is by Modern Folk Embroidery. And I'm putting 1 to 2 threads a day. It's on a 36 count platinum Edinburgh. And I'm using Silks for You PR123. And this is my progress. So the town is completely done. I took the alphabets down. I wanted to get it down to where I had this bottom border, because some days I just feel like doing that straight stitch. It's very relaxing. And so just the alphabet, which I love to stitch. These are hard because especially these top ones, I have to start and stop because I won't, it's too many threads to carry, especially under this lighter fabric. But I just love the color of that silk. So that is Real Comfort. It's my 2 threads a day piece. Okay. Next we have my second piece for the hashtag BBD Magical Mystery Tour Sal, and that is Eleanor Rigby by Blackbird Designs. And I am stitching this on a piece of 40 count ancient. If I picture this plus with all the called for overdyed. And moving well with this. So I think I have 2 more of the flowers. I got these done this morning, and I don't know if you can tell, but these are eyelets, and I do like doing them. This is the bottom of the piece right here. Because this is a start over, because I had made so many mistakes on the other one, I couldn't find them. So I am stitching slowly and with great, I'm really watching what I'm doing. But I love this fabric with these threads. So that is Eleanor Rigby, and it's going to go so nice with, in fact, when I finish it and fully finish it, because I'm going to do a pillow, I will bring it out together with Blackbird, which I had done previously. So it lives in this gorgeous project bag made by Peg. And I encourage you all to please tag us if you put up your pieces so that we can see it. Hashtags have gone the way of everything else and are no longer greatly effective. So please tag us so that we can see what you're working on. The next project is, oh, this is just nuts. I just sort of see, I love this piece, and I just keep pulling it out, and I have other things I need to touch. But I finished the bird. This is, I'm sorry, it's Oh Joyous Day by Blackbird Designs. This was in a stitch along started by Brijin, the museum stitcher, and Katie is stitching this, the novel stitcher. Roberta is stitching this, and she is stitching it with someone that I can't remember. Last time I couldn't remember Roberta's name, and now, okay, that's how my mind works. I'm stitching it on a 36 count flannel flower by Fox and Rabbit. I'm using the called for overdyed, and I have the bird completely finished. And so I will now move over to finish the house, which will be a little bit of stitching. I am going to put my daughter's initials on here, Diane, Allison, and Eva. So that is Oh Joyous Day. I love the way these things, they call out to you. It's almost like, you know, there's something in your chemistry that day that just needs to put those stitches in, you know. And my last piece is This Juneteenth Day by Shaded Stitchery. I started this last year on June 19th, and so I wanted to give it some loving on the 19th of this month, because I really do love stitching on it. I am stitching this on a 36 count summer khaki, and I'm using the called for DMC. And so now I have this gorgeous, just look at the colors in this. It's just beautiful. I take this over some. I have started a second ship. I brought the water over, and then of course got this work done. And the colors on those flowers are just, I'll just show you. This flower's wrong, but you know, not everything's perfect in nature. So that's the way it's going to live. So that is This Juneteenth Day by Shaded Stitchery. It is a look how the stars are. Look how the night sky. It is just, it's a beautifully designed piece. So those are my whips, my works in progress for this. I don't really have any significant purchases. I do have this, and what is exciting about this is not that it is the DMC for Haid, but these are the threads that I was missing to allow myself to have a master set in the beautiful box that I shared with you guys previously. And for those of you that are new, I will try to remember to put a picture up here so that you can see. But he made me Stan, my husband, made me the DMC floss cabinet. He is a tremendous woodworker. In fact, he also made that table that you can see right there, as well as a musician who writes and sings the song that you heard at the beginning of the video. So plan-wise is really, because, you know, I had another finish, and a fully finish that went in was mailed off on March 14th for the Across the Pond Smalls Exchange. So that was also done. I have picked out and got kitted up a piece that I'm going to do for the Smalls Exchange for Stitch North. I have a lot of sort of behind the scenes kind of stuff that's going on in preparation for that trip. So, and that does take up a little of the just regular stitching time, but it is going to be so worth it. I hope several of you have started putting in your comments that you're going to be there on week 1, and I hope you will come up and say hello. There's going to be like 200 something people there, which is quite a lot. And so I just think it's going to be a real opportunity to put faces on your names. And we have been commenting and talking back and forth to each other for almost 2 years. So my plans are just to kind of keep going, keep trying to touch things, continuing to start things, and just overall having a stitching good time. So I am going to put, and I wanted to give a little explanation. You guys know I put little videos and pictures at the end. But the first video after I finish today, the reason it's sort of a big deal is I make a baked French toast. It's just a recipe I got offline. It's not my own or anything, but I have made it on Christmas morning for many years, and the kids, the grandkids, the children, they all love it. And so this was going to be the first time Vince got to taste Nani's French toast. And so my oldest daughter videotaped, because you can see me videotaping while she's videotaping. But it was just really, and his response to it is worth the price of admission. So I just want to, and then I'll stick some other things in there as well. But if you were new and you liked what you saw, I hope you will subscribe and ring the bell and share and like and do all the things that we do on FlossTube. I continue to love our conversations. I know sometimes I'm a little bit later getting back to comments than I would like, but I do answer everyone, and I do it because I love our conversation. I love those are moments that we have together, and I honor those. So thank you. Just I think about you guys so often. I really do, because you've given me so much, and I thought the other day, my goodness, the extended family that my family has in all of you is tremendous. And I also want to remind us all to continue prayers, good thoughts, well wishes for any of us who are going through difficult times, for our world that needs peace so desperately. So, let's just keep doing all the good stuff that we do. So I think I've covered everything on the table. So I'm going to ask you to grab your stitching, get comfortable, and stitch what you love. I love each and every one of you. You mean the absolute world to me. Bye-bye. Until next time.
So it's
Are you ready?
slow.
He's gonna have his first
Yeah.
90s French
Yeah.
toast.
And then afterward, you do that for 20 minutes, and then after 20 minutes, you flip them over, and then put it in like another
boy.
5-ish
That
minutes.
bacon was perfect.
Yeah,
Get it
so it's
off.
good.
Here we go.
But they clean up.
What do you
fires.
think,
Yeah.
Ben?
It's huge.
Sugar.
Oh boy. Oh yeah, we're gonna dance about the French toast. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
It's like, yeah, I got mine.
Oh.